This year has been an incredible journey. When I started, I was a reading resource teacher with an envious schedule. That combined with the year-long intensive EMDT program was an incredible fit. Then the hammer fell. I would be teaching third grade, my first time in a classroom while completing my program. These changes to my professional and educational life led to the basis of my literature review and my AR project. I was overwhelmed with all of the responsibilities placed on me as a classroom teacher. There were pacing guides, monthly assessments, fair tests, on-course tests, on-track tests, benchmark tests, RTI, EPTs, progress reports. And this was all before I even began teaching the content. I soon discovered that there was simply not enough time in the day to cover all of the subject matter mandated by the state of Florida and our district. I would have to find a way to incorporate all the different subject matter into other areas of my curriculum. It seemed all of my hopes of engaging and relevant teaching were flying out of the window. The need to incorporate subject matter, social studies in particular, into other areas led me to find hope that I could still incorporate my teaching philosophy into my days.
I began to research how others face this dilemma when I began my literature review. I learned that teachers across the country face the same challenges. Standardized testing had taken hold of their instruction, and they were finding creative ways to incorporate subject matter lost to preparation for high-stakes testing.
The development of my literature review helped me define the focus of my action research project. I was able to take the suggestions and ideas found during the review and creation of my literature review and apply them to the process of instruction that fit the needs of my classroom.
I focused on the process of integrated curriculum and the use of technology to help me meet all the required social studies benchmark required by my state. In short, I would make very short, direct videos that addressed each of the Sunshine State standards for the state of Florida. I would then create many lessons that I could combine with other subject matter such as writing, reading, math, and science.
I felt confident I could do this based on the experience and knowledge I gained from my classes here at Full Sail University. I learned how to find the information I needed during my media literacy and research methodologies class. This is where I learned how to locate relevant literature, cite the sources properly, and had my first exposure to a literature review. The goal of my action research project would not be met if the presentation of the subject matter did not reach the many different types of learners I had in my classroom. Because of my exposure to multiple learning theory applications, I knew I would need to cover many different learning modalities. As I began to make content for my videos, I needed many of the skills I learned in the musical theory and educational applications class. I knew how to find and place appropriate sound effects for audio stimulation and even compose my own musical soundtrack for my videos so I would not misuse copyrighted materials. Since the foundation of my project was the production of videos, the filmmaking principles I learned in my filmmaking principles and education class were greatly utilized. Editing, B-roll, and even something as simple as using a tripod helped me make my videos fit my purpose. I had my videos and I knew how I was going to incorporate them into other subject matter. I was worried that I might fall into the watch a video, assess what was learned pattern, and not continue to make learning engaging or relevant. Because I was able to create games for my class, Game Strategies and Motivation, then turn right around and use those assignments in my classroom the same week, I felt the information in this class would help me think of different ways beyond videos to incorporate social studies into other curriculum. When it was time to pull all of my AR cycles and literature review together, the guidance I received from my media asset creation class helped me create the final project I am now very proud to share. My action research project focuses on curriculum loss due to standardized testing. I made videos that address each social studies standard for the state of Florida. The first standard I addressed was timelines. I integrated the concept into my reading block. I gave a pre-test and post-test to assess mastery of the standard and provided alternative activities for differentiated instruction. My students showed mastery of the concept through their pre- and post-assessment, as well as demonstrating their knowledge with the creation of a timeline of their lives. This is the Timeline Standards video that I presented to my classroom. Sunshine State Standard Grade Level Expectation, Time, Continuity, and Change. Reads and interprets a single timeline identifying the order of events.
Hey, what's all this about timelines? What are you talking about? Ribbit?
Well, silly Froggy, timeline's a graph showing the passage of time on a line. No worries, you guys. You'll be making timelines like pros in no time. Let's take a look at Miss Gillette's timeline. First I was born, then I got married, then I had the best third grade class. That's right, chronological order, arranging events in the order of their occurrence.
Ribbit! Here, let me break it down for you. First, I'm an egg. Next, I'm a tadpole. Then I'm a froglet. And last, I am a frog. Ribbit!
Use George Washington's life as an example. We'd use the details of his life on the timeline. We'd start with the day he was born, and we'd end with the day that he died. Cycle 2, I addressed primary source documents. I integrated this concept with a writing assignment, how to write a friendly letter. I gave a pre- and post-test to assess mastery of the concept and provided students the opportunity to practice writing a friendly letter at abcia.com during computer lab. After watching an exciting catapulting pumpkin assembly, the students wrote a letter to me using details from a graphic organizer. This was their original source document giving first-person account of the event. The following is the video that I made to address primary source documents. Primary sources: Sunshine State Standard Grade Level Expectation, Time, Continuity, and Change. No sources of information about ancient history.
Jeffrey's sister's best friend bus driver said what? Jeffrey likes me? You're crazy. No. Who told you that? No, I doubt it. Honestly, you guys are crazy. No. No, Jeffrey does not like me. Insanity. You're wrong. Prove it.
I really don't know how she's ever gonna figure this out. All right, she has an original source document. It came right from the person who likes her. Primary sources help us know what really went on in the past, and there are lots of ways that we can find out information from what happened in the past. We have diaries and journals, memoirs, autobiographies. We have old recordings and photographs. We even have old artifacts that we find, like jewelry or old houses. If you have primary sources, you know if what you were reading or what you were hearing is accurate. If someone tells you FDR was really a green alien from Mars, you could look at old photos to see if this is true. Ah, green alien from Mars! If your best friend tells you that it is in the Constitution of the United States that you must give him your pizza every Friday for lunch, you can check the original source. Hey, I don't see that written anywhere in here. Remember to use primary sources when you're doing research for your projects. You need to verify information is factual, or if you hear that Jeffrey's sister's best friend's bus driver told everyone on the bus that Jeffrey really likes you. Future goal for my action research is to have my students take over creation and production of the videos. I would like to use this as a model for project-based learning in my classroom. My results showed that breaking down the standards and incorporating them into other curriculum allowed for mastery of the concepts. By allowing the students to take over the production, they will gain more than just the mastery of the concepts that they are working on.